Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today I will be doing a tutorial for you because I heard that some of you still have problems with doing edits, and I will show you the basics on how to do this edit.
Little human, these are the VIP seats for the gods. You can watch with the rest of the humans. Here, I'll take up.
Você disse que era meu, mas caiu na mentira.
For wherever I sit, that seat shall become my throne.
So first I will add the introduction clip, and after that I will search for the audio I want to use for this edit. After I found my audio and imported it, I will look where's the beat drop, and I will just do that by watching the edit and look where the beat starts. So because the clips doesn't end where I want it to end, so I'm just going to adjust it a little bit so it ends when the first drop comes in. After that, I will click on the audio and go to beats in the menu, and then you can actually mark the beats. And now that's the important part. I will just explain how you do this. How do you find the beats? So as you can see in the audio, there are some spikes. Some audios go a little bit higher than the others. And that's right before these spikes, you want to put a beat. So you will press plus add beat, and then it will mark it. But what's really important about this is that you just don't search for the spikes, but also replay this clip to make sure that you put your markers in the right position. Sometimes there's a spike and no beat, so pay attention on the beat, and if you don't get it right away, just play it 3 times or something until you have the exact position where the beat drops.
For wherever I sit, that seat shall become my throne.
Okay, now that we are marked our beats, you can see in the bottom of the audio that there are little white points. Those are the markers you set. And what you can do now is just import your clips that you want to use for the edit and then adjust it to the white points you see in your audio. Once you've done that, it should look something like this.
Here, I'll take up.
Você disse que era meu, mas caiu na mentira.
For wherever I sit, that seat shall become my throne.
And now here comes the most important thing. The keyframing. The keyframing of in and out zooms. That's what we will do for this edit, just in and out zooms, because they're the most easiest and they're pretty easy to make. So first you will do a keyframe right at this point. This is when your transition will start, and then you will go to the end of the clip and adjust it like that. I want to do a zoom in on this clip, so I'll just drag the scale up. Then you will click on the graphs, and for this tutorial I will use the cube in graphs, but I adjusted it a little bit because it was not fast enough. Kinda experimented in this edit with my graphs, so they are not the same all the time. So here's an example. You can also leave it just the normal cube in effect. It should be good enough, but I just wanted to have a quicker transition to the next clip. Okay, now we are on the important stage, because now I will try to explain to you what you have to do. So first of all, you will set a keyframe in the middle. Just leave it like that, because that will be the end of the transition we are going to do. Then you will do a keyframe at the start and you will do a zoom out keyframe. After that, we will open the graph editor again, and this time we will choose the cubic out. This is extremely good for fast movement, and then it slows down. That's the whole point of this graph. So we will add that, and then we will see how it looks. Now it gets a little bit more complicated because it's a little bit hard to understand at first what I'm going to do now. I'm going to search for the split section of the effects in Capcut. Then I will choose the 9 screens. The reason why I'm doing that is because we have these black spaces if you zoom in at the start. And we don't want this because it looks a little bit off. So we will add those 9 faces to make it look smoother. It's better in After Effects, that's what I can say definitely, because you can mirror the edges. That way it looks really good and you can expand the clip. But it works on Capcut too, it's just a little bit worse, I would say. Okay, the problem we can see now is, of course, that these 9 screens are way too small. So we have to adjust the first keyframe again, and we will just do that by going over it and then scale it in, not that too much. So there has to be some movement still, but we have to scale it in, otherwise this does not look good. Then we also have to adjust the keyframe in the middle, and we will just adjust it like before, so it looks like the clip we wanted to add there. Now we should have the first transition finished. Now we will do a zoom in to the next clip. So we will just zoom in from the end of the clip, and then we will do the same on the next clip. Now we'll have to do the same as we did in the first clip I showed you. So we will add the 9 screens, and we will do the same as we did before. Now I sped up the video a little bit because it's basically all the same for all the clips. It's just important that you keep in mind, if you do a zoom out, then start by going out on the first clip so you can see those black spaces. And for the second, you will put a keyframe in the middle. You will always do a keyframe in the middle first, because that's where the transition ends. And then you will go to the beginning and do a scale in, because the motion you will create by doing that is a zoom out. And that's the important part. You can't do a zoom out on the first and then a zoom in on the second. It doesn't look right. You will always have to do zoom out, or zoom in, zoom in. Here's an example. After we done that, we can actually export the video. It would be okay if you will just stop there, but we want to make it look smoother, because right now these edges, these 9 screens don't look that good. so we want to hide them a little bit. You can do this by just scaling in the clips, which I did at the end. You will see that in the what I did in the end. But you can also, and that's what I like to do in After Effects, use a blend effect. So I exported a video and got immediately back to what I was editing. The effect I added is called spot blur. And I basically added this over all of the 9 screen effects I have in my edit. And that was basically just it. You see me adjusting something, but I adjusted it back to the how it was at the beginning. After you've done that, you can also just export the video again. And now you will go into a new project and you will first add your edit without the blurs and then overlay your edit with the blurs.
Little little
And what you do then is a little bit boring, but if you want to make it smooth, then you have to do it. You have to go through the edit and always cut out the part from the edit that has these blurs. You cut these parts out where it's blurry and you will delete the rest. You can see that in the background, what I did there. And now, that's the important thing. Why did we do all that? Now you will go to every clip, to every blur clip, and you will go to the beginning, set a keyframe, go to the end, go to opacity, and put the opacity down to 0. And you will just do this for every clip you have. If you have a clip, that's the important part. If you have a clip that is blurred out completely, for example, this one, you can see it's completely blurred. So it would not make sense to have a blur at the beginning and then in the end, no blur. So you will do a keyframe in the middle. You will do a keyframe at the start, set the opacity to 100. In the middle, you will set the opacity to 0. And in the end, you will set the opacity back to 100. After that, we will open the graph editor again, and this time we will choose the cubic out. And now, if you did all that, we are basically finished. Now you can add effects, what you want throughout the edit, but the overall edit is finished. The only thing you can do is, if you still think that you can see too much of these 9 screens, and then you can scale the whole clip in a little bit, so you have the movement still, but you don't see the edges that well. And yeah, that's the edit, and well, let's take a last look at it, how it turned out.
little human. These are the VIP seats for the gods. You can watch with the rest of the humans. Here, I'll take.
Você disse que era meu, mas caiu na mentira. Tô de sorte.
For wherever I sit, that seat shall become my throne.
if you want other tutorials in CapCut, then write them in the comments and I'll try to make it happen because, well, I don't edit in CapCut anymore and I don't know the software that much, so I'll try it, but I can't guarantee anything. But now I wish you a good day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.